Why is Murphy the underdog? Why is Murphy the underdog? Two reasons. One, he's a fraud, and two, Pico's legit. Aaron Pico has every single advantage in this fight. Lerone Murphy fights like he is willing to give up minutes. Murphy is putting himself in horrible positions towards the middle of his prime against Makwan Amirkhani, against Dan Ige. This is a guy who is one of the most fraudulent undefeated fighters in the UFC today. Yes, Lerone Murphy ends up looking pretty decent against guys with basically no grappling and guys who don't really put out volume and set up shots going forward. Yes, he looks pretty good against guys who are like Josh Emmett and Dan Ige that can't really set up their strikes and rely on a gigantic big one and have no grappling. But he also got cracked by Dan Ige on a very telegraphed shot, mind you, and I think Aaron Pico can put his lights out. Also, anytime Lerone Murphy faces any sort of grappler, he's going to be showcased as a complete fraud in the grappling. Especially with him moving backwards, accepting pressure where Pico's going to be moving forward. He's going to be the better wrestler. He's going to have top time upside. And Aaron Pico, in my opinion, is just a better, more well-rounded fighter than Lerone Murphy is. He got pushed really early on in his career, and he has some losses to his record. A lot of those are complete loaded garbage, and he's 28 years old now. Murphy, at the peak of his career, 34 years old, doesn't really look like much. He lost to Gabriel Santos. Santos got robbed in that fight. Santos was a much better striker, a much better kickboxer, and he was the clear better grappler than Lerone Murphy in that fight. Makwan Amirkhani had this guy in a complete torture chamber in the first round. Pico's going to be the much better wrestler moving forward. That's going to give him an advantage with these takedowns and top time. He's going to be the better puncher, in my opinion. I think he sets up his shots pretty well. His counters are pretty decent. And Murphy doesn't really set up his strikes too well. He wants to counter. He wants to be in the back foot. He wants to allow you to come towards him. But he's not faster than Pico. He's not more explosive than Pico is. And the wrestling is going to be a big difference in this fight. This is not a Patricio Pitbull coming in. This is not a Patchy Mix coming into the UFC. This is a legit guy coming into his prime that is actually dangerous on the feet and has the supplemental wrestling with it. This is going to look more like a Kayla Harrison debut than it is going to look like a Patricio Pitbull Patchy Mix debut. And Aaron Pico is going to cement himself big time in the featherweight division here.